Some technology just feels right. It's like it gets you. It's effortless, it's intuitive, it's actually a joy to use. And then there are the other times, right? So, what's the secret sauce? What's the real difference between an app that's a dream and one that's a total nightmare? Well, today we're going to unpack the hidden science that makes or breaks your entire digital experience.
Oh, we have all been there. You're tapping like a maniac on a button that's just doing nothing. Or you're staring at a frozen screen wondering, did I break it? Is it me? That feeling, that urge to just launch your device into the stratosphere because it absolutely will not cooperate.
And here is the best part. That frustration? It's probably not a user error. Nope, it's a design error. See, there's a whole field of study dedicated to preventing that exact feeling, to make sure technology is working for us and not the other way around. So let's pull back the curtain and step into that field. This is the science of usability. It's a whole discipline that's all about understanding the relationship, that often super frustrating conversation between us and the machines we rely on every single day. It's called human-computer interaction, or HCI for short. And you can think of it as the ultimate bridge between you and your computer. It's this really cool mix of computer science, psychology, and design, and they're all working together with one single goal: to make our time with technology more successful and, honestly, just a lot more satisfying.
Now, at the very heart of HCI is this big, kind of revolutionary idea. We need to start by thinking about the human first. For decades, it was the other way around. We had to learn the computer's language. But then, a massive shift in design philosophy put the focus right where it should have been all along, on you. And that philosophy is called user-centered design. The core idea is actually super simple, but it is so profound. Technology should bend to us. It should fit our habits, the way our brains already work, instead of forcing us to twist our own thinking just to figure it out. And when designers get this right, the benefits are just huge. I mean, in supercritical systems, like in aviation or medical software, it's about safety, right? Preventing life or death mistakes. But for the rest of us, it's about efficiency, just getting things done faster, and pure, simple user satisfaction. Good design makes the tech feel invisible, so you can just focus on what you're actually trying to do. So, okay, how do designers actually do this? How do they build these intuitive, frustration-free experiences? Well, it's not magic. It's a really well-defined process for designing for people. They don't have to read your mind because they have a much, much better method. They just ask you. And even more importantly, they watch you. This is really the secret to making user-centered design a reality. The process is called usability testing. Designers start by building a rough version of something, a prototype. Then they bring in real people, just like you, to try it out. They watch where you get stuck, they listen to you think out loud, and they gather all that amazing direct feedback. Then they go back, make it better, and test it all over again. This constant cycle of building, testing, and improving, that's what separates the good tech from the bad.
To really appreciate just how far we've come, we gotta hop in the time machine for a second. Because the single biggest leap forward in usability, the one that really brought computers to everybody, was the revolution that took us from typing commands to just clicking. See, in the early days of computing, all you had was the command line. Just a black screen, a blinking cursor, and that was it. If you wanted to do anything, you had to recall the exact command from your memory and type it in perfectly. The entire burden was on you. And this gets at a really fundamental difference in how our brains work. Recall is hard. It's like a short answer question on a test. But recognition? That's easy. That's a multiple choice question. Instead of having to remember some obscure command, now you could just recognize a trash can icon and know exactly what it does. This one shift dramatically lowered the mental effort, what experts call the cognitive load, needed to use a computer. This whole revolution was powered by the Graphical User Interface, or GUI, and it was built on just a few simple elements, things like windows, icons, menus, and pointers. Together, they created a visual language, a digital world we could actually interact with directly, built entirely on recognizing things, not having to recall them. But great design isn't just about making things easy to see. It's also about creating a two-way conversation. Your computer needs to talk back. It has to let you know what it's up to. I absolutely love this metaphor. I mean, think about it. A computer's internal processes are totally invisible to us. System messages are the bridge that connects that hidden, complex world to our human understanding. They translate what the machine is doing into something we can actually understand and act on.
And this communication usually comes in two basic flavors. First, you've got error messages, which tell you, whoops, something went wrong, and hopefully they give you a hint on how to fix it. And then you have status messages, which are just there to keep you in the loop. Think of a progress bar or that little file saved confirmation.
When you put those together, you get this beautiful little dance called the action feedback loop. You click a button, that's your action. The system shows a little spinning wheel and then says, message sent. That's the feedback. This simple loop is the absolute cornerstone of good interaction. It gets rid of uncertainty and anxiety, and it gives you the confidence that, yeah, everything is working just like it should. Now, the core principles we've been talking about, designing for the user, recognition over recall, giving clear feedback, these are timeless. But the technology they're being applied to is changing so fast. So let's take a quick look ahead to our interactive future, where all these ideas are moving way beyond the screen. I mean, we've already moved from the mouse to touch gestures like swiping and pinching, right? The next logical step is air gestures, where we interact with our tech just by moving our hands in space. No screen required. But the challenge is still the same. How do we make these brand new interactions feel natural and totally intuitive? And then you have the whole universe of virtual reality. And trust me, it's so much more than gaming these days. VR is being used to create unbelievably realistic training simulations for surgeons and for pilots. It's helping people recover from injuries in physical therapy and even helping them overcome phobias in a safe, controlled digital world. So, as we look to the future, the central challenge of human-computer interaction becomes even more important. You know, when our interfaces are no longer just flat screens on a desk, but they're the very space all around us, the principles of designing for people, for our minds, our bodies, and our limitations, that's going to be more critical than ever.